I just really think it's important that we put people's health and their own mental stability at the forefront of our mindset all the
I
time.
agree.
And
I
like
agree.
it's our responsibility as retailers to
I love that.
keep people at the front of our mind.
That's awesome, dude. You're doing a lot. What's going on, guys? We're
What's
out
up?
here at the Flower Expo. We're hanging out day 2 in Michigan. We are. I'm right behind the scenes, so you are gonna see our
Yeah,
friend
that's just our
Rita,
narrator. You know, everybody needs a narrator.
and we have a new friend that we met
What's
here.
up?
You want to go
Cody.
and introduce yourself, Cody?
Hi,
Tell
I'm
us a little
Cody.
bit about you.
I'm a guest experience manager out of Liv Ferndale. Out there, they call me Agent Cody Danks.
Cody Dank.
Cody Danks. You guys
Cody
remember that Cody
Danks.
Danks movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
Banks.
Yeah, I grew up on that. And it was like my second week, and this guy that I met, he also works there. His name is Calzone. So you already know his nicknames are fire. So
Dang.
he called me Agent Cody Danks one day, and I really liked the ring of that.
I like
I
that.
made a logo for it one time. Maybe stickers are coming out soon.
That's cool.
Some
That's cool.
slaps.
Absolutely.
Where are you from?
I was born in South Bend, Indiana. I came out to Detroit for like the music scene. My homie Demarie is around.
Right here. We got him in the back.
Yeah,
Damari,
yes, we
say
do.
what's up. He's right here. He's trying to get some flour. Right here, the camera.
Oh, Demarie, he's the bomb. Last summer we
The camera.
Kind of looks like Jaden Smith.
he's fine.
That's
He
a
might have heard
compliment, though. Jaden Smith's handsome. You know,
We
he's
started working on a podcast together last summer called The Loft. Shout out The Loft.
Shout him out.
Felix the Don is the host of that. He also works with Liv. He's a big guy in the cannabis industry.
Who is
so-
that?
Felix the Don.
Felix the
Felix the
Don.
Don. Shout out him.
Where is he from?
Also Detroit. He's out of
Okay.
Detroit. He's
So
a great
Detroit's a
artist.
big like community.
dude.
Absolutely.
Detroit's huge.
You guys out of
I've been
Arizona, right?
realizing. I've been realizing out here.
It's like
You
Pawn
guys are tight.
Stars.
Yeah.
Pawn Stars or something.
I
that-
think that's out of
that-
Vegas.
No, I think it's out of Detroit. I swear. No,
Pawn
it's the
Stars?
other one. There's a it's like a pawn reality show, and it's
Yeah.
out of Detroit. It was years ago, like a decade ago. I used to watch it, and I would see like
Yeah.
weaves on the street type of energy. I don't know.
Detroit's great.
There's some like bougie Detroit, and then there's some like wild, like
Yeah.
hood.
Is this your
stuff.
first time with meeting some of the Detroit cannabis industry?
No, we know Jars pretty well. Like they're out
I
in,
love
in
Jars.
Arizona. We love Renault. We love Ronnie. We
Yeah.
love the whole family. You know, they're definitely great people.
Out in
for
Detroit,
sure.
there's a very tight connection between cannabis and the art. And I
Uh-huh.
find that to be so important. Like it's not just recreational use, you get some creativity out of it.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I
The
love
car, the
that.
art part of it is most important. You know.
Most of the people I work with are artists and some write one or another, singers, songwriters, instrumentalists, painters.
That's awesome.
One of our delivery drivers designs our shirts for 420. Like it's super cool how well connected we are with arts and how in tune we are with our creative side
I love
being in this
that.
industry.
You have to be. I mean, if you're not creative, like you're just not gonna survive in this industry, and people could see right through it. Honestly.
Yeah, they see right through
10%.
it.
Yeah.
Well, you were just telling us. So you work in the cannabis industry.
I do.
What's your actual role?
I'm a guest experience manager. I've been bud tending for about a year.
Okay.
I love doing that, being on the front lines, just really interacting with the guests. I really cannabinoid forward. I really like to give people their options and really want them knowing what they're buying.
You said cannabinoid.
Yeah,
forward?
cannabinoids. Yeah, so I really
Yeah.
like them to know THC is not the only cannabinoid that exists, right? We love our CBDs, our CBG, CBCs, CBNs, and all of those have different functions and different reasons to use them. And part of my role at Liv Ferndale is bringing in CBD and glass shop stuff. So I'm out here at Flower Expo looking for new and cool vendors.
Okay.
And I think I did. I think I found some.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's awesome.
good.
I
That's
found a new
awesome.
podcast to listen to as well.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
No, that's
look, we're
awesome.
always looking out. If you go to these shows, every time we pop up, you're here. You can co-host with us because you're
That'd
pretty
be cool.
badass. You're a
Hey,
vibe.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
you have a good aura. You
I
know, there's some
appreciate it.
people here that are like, you know,
Oh,
Like,
everyone
this
here
expo,
has such
everyone's freaking
beautiful
cool.
souls.
That's
honestly.
what's important
Such
about the
beautiful
This
industry.
industry.
The vibes. And you know, you're an artist. So tell us about that too. You're a music artist.
I am. Well, to say I just started is kind of a stretch. Because really started music when I was 11 when I started teaching myself piano. I would play by chords. And now that I know all those chords, like over a decade learning. I just kind of hear where the song is going, and I kind of play
You read
along to
it.
that.
Yeah, it's like
And
my family. I love that.
100%. And
Yeah,
after playing
comfort
along,
musicians.
you can kind of make your own things, make your own melodies.
Uh,
I started with guitar too, and I met some really good musicians out here in Detroit. We're starting a band soon, and I've got more music to come. But
A band is crazy,
yeah, I'm
dude.
so stoked 'cause I never thought
I could
it
see
would
you
really
being big. I have a
happen.
feeling he's gonna be like super huge.
So wait,
Maybe.
so
Honestly.
what would be your
It's all
artist
about
name?
the
Your just
About
government
the
name?
content.
Zemo.
Oh.
Zemo.
Zemo. So I was born on Mozart's birthday, and we both play piano. He's definitely a little bit better than me, I'd say. What a guy! I love the way he composes like these really long songs. You just don't get those nowadays.
Yeah.
Not yet.
What's your sign?
I'm gonna.
Aquarius.
Okay,
You
so
said
Aquarius.
aquarium earlier. I was like, oh, I want to go into the aquarium. Is there an aquarium?
So
You guys are creative, but you
yeah,
need to get out of your freaking shell.
I'm
Like
right here.
my brother's an Aquarius too, but he's so like in his shell, and I'm like, dude, there's so much that you have
Yeah.
that you like. You just said you're an
In my
artist.
shell like a turtle at the
I think
aquarium.
he's extroverted. He approached me first.
He's pretty.
Yeah.
You
Well, we
probably
were
like
waiting in line at
Gemini.
the
It was
lobster
just
truck.
awkward and quiet. I was just like
Yeah.
looking at him, and I was
I
like,
don't like small talk, but I don't like awkward silence.
yeah.
And
Well, that's the thing with
Yeah.
with Aquarius is you guys speak with purpose.
He's like an air sign too, so I felt his little waves too, because I'm like very like,
ooh, I like to say I'm floaty all the time. I
yeah,
feel like
very
I'm
adaptable.
floating.
You smoke? You smoke cannabis? I'll be like, I'm floating. I'm
I do.
high.
I do.
It's like
You get those
clouds.
effects too with the psychoactivity out of the THC.
Yeah,
But hear me
that's
out,
true.
guys. Add the CBD. Add that cannabidiol, and you'll get these relaxing
Really?
effects that kind of complement the THC. And it makes it what it does is it like activates some CB1 receptors. I'm not going to speak too much further on it because
No, go
you know,
ahead.
We
it's,
both
uh,
know.
I
Because
don't
it's
have
crazy.
I'm acting
People,
dumb because
if
I
I
actually
can't
don't
source the
consume as
science,
much.
I don't want to. If I can't source the science, I
my
don't
mouth,
wanna
my
spread
mouth
too
is.
much misinformation. But check out. I recommend people go and research the relationship between THC and CBD and how beneficial it is, and if it is beneficial for you. I
Yeah.
think people should look into that.
Well, there's like things that people say our bodies have cannabinoids. Like it's, I
Yep.
feel like that's all people say though. Like
It's
what
our
else do you know
endocannabinoid.
about that?
Well, it's our endocannabinoid system.
Yeah.
Everybody has it.
Endocannabinoids.
Yeah. So
I
But
there
she's a
are.
grower, so she
Right.
understands
So
it.
there are cannabinoids that our human body produces, and there's cannabinoids that the plant produces. What the humans produce are called endocannabinoids. What plants produce are called phytocannabinoids.
I know.
Phyto meaning plant. Um, and there's a difference there. There's a little difference, and there's one. I'm blanking on the name right now. I would embarrass myself trying to say it. Starts with an A, anandamide or something like that.
Uh-huh,
But
okay.
that's the euphoric cannabinoid that is an endocannabinoid that is produced.
That gives
And
us that
yeah,
like euphoria feeling.
there's a relationship between that
It's my
and
favorite one.
well, that and the
I
tetrahydrocannabinol,
feel like I'm always on that.
The tetra.
the relationship between those, the THC and the AMA.
That's like the cloud nine. Is what they
Right,
say. Yeah.
right. I like to be on cloud 11. I keep
Cloud
going up.
11. Is
Yeah,
crazy.
night's too low.
Two
Let's
for the
go to
stars,
cloud.
keep going.
Two for the
You don't need to
stars.
land on the moon.
Last night, my dream was on, space.
Really?
Yeah, I had a dream. It was weird. I had a dream I was in
Tell us about that.
space. Yeah. And I was like with Destiny and Dimitri, the founder, Mita, and we were just
Right.
like chilling on a planet. And then I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. So I literally just like blasted myself into the galaxy, and then like my body was like, and then I like
So I
went
thought-
into this weird like dimension,
Like an
planet.
orb. You're like an
Yeah.
orb.
And I saw my boyfriend like right there, like literally waiting for me, like smiling, that like particular smile, and it was just like trippy, because like, like
You wanted to head out. You went to the safe space.
yeah,
That's
no,
not
I gotta
it's
go.
weird, because like right now he's in Europe with his family. I don't know, just thought it was weird because right now we were like on interesting terms right now. So
Yeah.
it's like I got a message from the spiritual world, like, no, this is your person. Stop.
Like
stop.
balancing
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, like, and
That's
he was just
crazy.
waiting
Are
there
you
to think about
spiritual
it.
at all?
Yeah.
I would like to think so a little bit. Like there's this story that I keep hearing, and essentially the message is we'll see, and it's about this farmer, and this farmer, his horse got out. His horse got out, and all the neighbors they came out around and they said, "Oh my goodness, man, that's horrible." He said, "We'll see." The horse came back with like six other horses,
What?
and then the neighbors all came together and was like, "Oh my gosh, man, this is amazing." The farmer was like, "We'll see."
The farmer sounds like me.
All right, we'll
Like
see. We'll see.
optimistic.
Just like, oh, he can
Yeah.
go, come back.
The farmer's son was out there one day trying to ride one of the horses, got kicked off and broke his leg, and all the neighbors came around and said, "That's
What?
horrible." The man said, "Well, we'll see."
We'll see.
And then military starts coming around getting people for the draft, and they rejected his son because his leg was broken. All the farmers came around and said, "That's wonderful," and farmer said, "We'll see." So we will see. You just kind of gotta
Ah, I
let
like
things play
that
out.
dude. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll see where the universe wants to take
Yeah.
you.
live in the
Take you.
moment.
Don't. Sometimes things get hard, but don't take it too hard.
Right.
Let's keep it going.
Right. The universe throws exactly what it knows that you can take.
Yeah, no, for
I'd say that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally concur, and I think that oftentimes people live in the past or they, think too much into the future. And I always
That's
tell
true.
people live in the moment like
Live in
it's
the
your
moment.
last.
As much as you can, try to stay in this
Tomorrow's
moment.
not promised. And you
Yeah.
gotta appreciate what you have in front of you. I mean, like even not just being on this podcast, getting to know, experiences. That's like, some people would wish they had that. They don't. They might be in a hospital bed,
Yeah.
praying to God that they're gonna make it. So it's like you gotta like appreciate that, not overthink it. And that's what's good about like air signs is we live like too much in the moment, and we're like we're everywhere with ideas, and we're like sometimes it's hard for us to like,
Spontaneity.
you know. But it's cool because it's like you need people with ideas, to
Yes, you do. I guarantee that's how most of this industry came about.
bunch of air signs.
Bunch of air signs.
Air
Hey, what about
and
the
fire.
fire signs, guys? Come on,
Yeah.
I'm fire.
That was
Yeah,
surely
well,
a
we spread out that
market.
fire. You know what I'm saying? The air's like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. When her and I are
Someone,
together, we
someone
I
needs
spread
to
out our
spread the
fire.
fire.
Yeah, Detroit music's been spreading the fire for a minute now.
I see that. I've
Yeah.
been learning about Detroit's community for since I got here
Yeah,
yesterday.
we
or
should
day
just like
before.
leave and go to Detroit like right now. Like, what are we doing
Hey,
in Lansing?
I
Let's
think you
go.
should. I
Field
think
trip to Detroit,
that's what we're doing today.
and
We
then
have a rehearsal later.
you'll sing all the way for us.
I probably could. So I could probably play piano for 3 hours straight. Me and Demarie were out there at a photo shoot at this place, and they had this beautiful, beautiful grand piano out there. Shout out Miranda on Pure Space, by the way. And while he was taking all the photos and we were doing one later, I just played piano for like 3 hours because it's so peaceful to
Dude.
just set the vibe.
You
And
give me like you're walking through the airport and you would stop to play that airport piano.
oh, 1,010%.
Dude, that just gave me chills.
And
That's a vibe. So tell me about like the community out here. You guys go to the parties, the after
Yeah.
parties. You do a podcast as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I started with them back in last summer. I did a few episodes with them, just helping them coordinate the episodes. I got too busy to keep it running.
Who's them?
Felix the Don and my homie Demarie back there, they run it and they do a
Okay.
really good job. They just had Calvin Johnson on. Peep that
That's
episode.
legit.
Oh shit. You
Oh,
guys
it's
got
sweet.
YouTube?
They do. The Loft 313. Look up the Loft Detroit podcast. You'll probably find them.
It's just kind of culture. It's not really set to an industry. Like our
It's
podcast
culture.
is cannabis industry.
I guess the culture is Detroit. So it is
Okay.
cannabis, it is music, it's business. All of those things are very important to Detroit and it's really cool. Like they had man, I hope they get some pretty cool influential people on there. I don't want to spoil any future episodes, but I think it's really cool to see what they're doing for the city. But I
Yeah.
think the Loft is a great podcast.
That's awesome.
I love
it's
that.
hot. That's all you guys got to know. They're hot. It's hot. You got to be there.
What does culture mean to you? That's my question.
They're over here taking
We're
Polaroids.
talking about
just behind the
culture. What does
scenes.
culture mean to you?
I guess me personally, it'd be my family culture and like just doing right by them. Because I feel like that's all you can really do is go back to your roots. Like whenever I would make music, for example, I kind of think about my family and friends in mind. So culture to me is making sure that your people are good and just make sure they're taking care of your friends and family, of course. And even the strangers that are around you, that are in your world, that is your culture
I feel like
in a way.
those friends and family are. I think everyone's family. I think we're all soul connected.
And as long
know?
as you take care of those
Yeah.
around you,
For sure.
I feel like it's kind of that in a way.
So,
But when
you're
I
a
think
big
of
advocate for like mental health.
absolutely,
That's good.
absolutely. Family, I feel like everyone probably knows somebody or has a family member that suffers with mental health. And working in the cannabis industry, we run into it a lot. We get people that come in with very heavy anxiety. You can feel it off of them, like it kind of
Yeah.
presses onto you. And
Empath over here.
Yeah, you must
I
be an empath.
and I want to say this because it's Bud Tender Day too. It's Bud Tender Day. Shout out Flower Expo. And I want to just shout out all the bud tenders because it's on you. Because there's these people that come in with high stress and they're counting on something to alleviate these horrible symptoms they may have for anxiety, depression, PTSD, all these things, and they're counting on this product right here. They're going against all the pharmaceutical alternatives, and they're trusting you to kind of be on that. And
Which is amazing
it's a
because
tough.
those
It's
the
yeah,
narcotics that people get subscribed and get hooked and then they get
absolutely.
fucking suicidal,
Mhm.
that's crazy. And that's crazy
We don't
that the
want that.
government supports that more than this plant.
Actual cannabis,
I
and I
think,
think we're working on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And events like
And
this
it's good
helps it.
because people like you know, you're behind the scenes, you're selling it to your bartender, you're selling
Yeah,
it to people
yeah.
and you're educating them. That is so
And
important
you
for
must
you.
be educated yourself. Like it's kind of on you to know what things are doing. You can't just say like, I don't know, I don't care, and just give them whatever.
How do you feel when someone walks up to the register and they're like, I want the highest percentage
Well, I
cannabis?
hear it about 80 times a day.
Right.
And you know what? I understand. I totally understand why they say that. In a market where they put the price and then just the percentage of THC
Yeah.
into it at most retail locations, what other number are people going to base it off of? But I wouldn't buy alcohol based off of alcohol percentage. You know what I mean?
It's just bad for your gut. And then I
The
think like too
flavor.
much, you're just like, I don't know. Some people just want to get high of their mind, but it's like, what is
Right.
the root cause? Why are you trying to
Also,
get high?
what are the other aspects of the weed?
Yeah.
There's THC, but there's also the CBD, there's also the terpenes. Talk to anybody else out here, they'll tell you 8 different things that should be like listed about
Yeah.
THC on the flower. It's just kind of a selling point and a measure of psychoactivity in the flower.
And
I just gotta
understanding
explain it.
the
Yeah.
person too that you're
Yeah,
dealing with.
That
'Cause,
makes
yeah.
sense, you know. It's kind of like it's not, this is might be a weird analogy, but it's like
yeah,
when people are talking about like height and like physical looks, it's like no, what's going on in their DNA? Like what are their
that's
characteristics
true.
like?
Personality.
Yeah,
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
that's a good way to look at
What's
it,
the
you know.
personality of that
Because
flower?
they could be like
She's
the
pretty, but
hottest
does she
people,
have?
but are they cool? Are they a vibe? Are they like gonna match your energy in the way you need it to? You
Yeah,
know?
they.
Same with
You feel open to communicating with them.
because
No,
it's an
that's cool.
organism. The plant is an organism, just like humans are. So it's a good way to like put it to
Definitely
them.
that.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's so cool, dude. You're so cool.
You guys are cooler.
You're a
Thanks for
vibe.
having me on.
He walked up to our booth. He was like, "What's going on here?" He saw all of our podcasts set up, and he's a podcaster himself, so he knew exactly
He's like
what.
super
I'm always
zen.
like a behind the scenes director for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really do podcasts.
You're doing good,
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
have a natural like gift for being on camera.
it's
especially if you want to be an artist.
yeah, it's something I care about though, like this cannabis thing, excuse me, sorry. I just really think it's important that we put people's health and their own mental stability at the forefront of our mindset all the time.
I agree. I
Like
agree.
it's our responsibility as retailers to
I love that.
keep people at the front of our mind.
That's awesome, dude. You're doing a lot. Sounds like you're an artist. You're in the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely keep going. How can people find you? What's your all your
I'm
socials?
glad you asked. At Rock Zemo, ROCKZIMO, and you'll see my first single on there. It's just like a little taste of some vibes I want to create, and I want to put that out there. I've been around to a few dance floors recently, everybody around the country, and what's happening? Why aren't people dancing anymore? What's with this standing? You're
Hey,
just
I'm
kind
the
of
one that
whining at the bar.
dances.
If you're fourth in line at the bar, dance for a little bit. Come back later, bro.
I love that
Like
energy.
what are we
Tomorrow will be
what are we just
there.
standing around for?
This floor though is hot.
Like let's just keep on dancing, right?
I like that. You got to
So
go to Germany. Their vibes in Germany. when
Berlin
they dance.
techno.
Yeah, so they go in a
believe that.
circle,
I
right?
believe that.
And they all like hold on to each other and they like kick. And they're
Right.
all dancing all in a circle.
If anybody can show me the best dance floor in America and prove me wrong that there is still dancing, I'll take it back. But until then,
Hey, now
disappointed,
dancing's in the
guys.
Olympics. Do you see that
It is.
breakdancing? And I'm kind of mad because like the little B girl in me when I was younger would have freaking actually pursued it, continually pursued it.
Could you do it like right now?
I could
Can you
do like
break
a
it down?
freeze. Doing like air flares and windmills. I don't know about that one. That's kind
Let's
of
go.
out there.
Let's end the show off with some breakdancing. Some boots
Yeah.
and cats.
Yeah,
You'd probably break
not
a
on this
table
headset,
inside.
you know.
Not on this headset. On my
Yeah.
headset. I mean,
No,
what?
I love dance. So like I think it's
It's a
just-
dancing song.
it's you feel your soul just as much as when you're singing, when
Yeah.
you're dancing, when you're really dancing, you know, at your
Oh, yeah.
best, you're feeling your soul. And I'm a firm believer there's a higher energy, there's God, you know, and I think that you feel that. And it's almost like you're mimicking the waves of the patterns and the vibrations when you're feeling his energy.
Well, yeah,
I
when
like
you're
that's
in
the true
yourself.
dancing. That's why I'm more of a freestyler than a choreography, you know, choreography. I don't really do choreography because I feel like it's better to just
You're
feel the
you're
soul.
prototype. You're the prototype
Yeah.
of like cool dancer at the club.
I appreciate it. And people like always ask, they're like, dude, did you like choreograph? I'm like, no, dude, I just feel
Would
it.
you? Would you choreograph?
Yeah, I have in the past, but I think it's just better to just feel it in that moment. Just like you say, live in the moment. That's the same when dancing. You know, choreography is beautiful, it's gorgeous, but it's like that one choreographer was the one feeling that in that moment. But it's like, and people are repeating it, which is cool, but I think there's something more beautiful about freestyling. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
living in
that.
your moment, you're living highest, you're in your
Yeah.
highest vibrations, and people around you feel it.
And you're getting high off other people's energies. Like that's like a
Yeah.
real thing. Like when I'm around people, I swear, like it doesn't matter what they're going through. I see like that beauty in them and like I get high off their energy. And I
clairvoyant.
give them I like almost duplicate what their potential is and then they'll cry because I'm like, dude, I see that in you. And before for so
That's
long
really
I didn't have that
Mhm.
ability because I was super lost, depressed, you know, just in my own world and some would say I was narcissistic, you know, everything changed because of plant medicine, you know? And like I want to help people get there.
Yeah.
Shout out to shrooms.
Shout out to Shermie.
Shout out to third eye
Yeah.
gnosis.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, you know, it's plant medicines helps you get close to your soul. So if that's what you want to do and you feel lost, it might help you, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Oh, that's beautiful. You guys are beautiful souls. We're all beautiful souls right
Everyone
here.
is. Every single buddy is. And if someone says they're not, then they're not the beautiful soul for saying that, you know? Everyone
I
has
like
beauty
that.
to them.
I like that.
Transitive proud.
They're not living in their spirit. Some people aren't living in their spirit, but it's okay. You can guide them through and you can give them the right steps, you know, and that's what you're doing every day. If you think about it, like you're
Those
literally
checkers are
helping
like
people.
spiritual
That's what I'm
guiders.
saying. You're guiding
Yeah.
them. So that's God's work
Spiritual
right there. Like, look
advisors.
what you're doing.
They
You're
actually
teaching
call us
people.
guest advisors at our store. We're not
Yeah.
bartenders, we're guest advisors because like that's really what we are. They're not just there to smoke and smoke bud. Gotta get them the right gummies, CBD products, everything.
Make them feel
That's
comfortable.
a lot to
Always.
do. I mean, you're literally
You're a
like
doctor
guiding
in a
the first
sense.
time.
It could be.
A doctor.
Could be considered a doctor with like 8 less years of education.
You're like, what's wrong with
Like
you?
a
You want to get how
pharmacist.
high? Okay.
Right.
No,
Uh-huh.
that's cool. But thank you so much. We
Thank you for
appreciate you
having
coming
me.
on. So great to know you.
Agent Cody Danks. Shout out Liv Ferndale. I've done a lot of shout outs, but Liv Ferndale
You did.
especially. Great home of cannabis. They do it right.
Let's go.
Awesome. Well, it was nice having you on,
Thank
Cody.
you so much. It was very nice meeting
Good
you.
stuff. Good, beautiful story.
That was another episode of Mita Unshackled.